Anyway, I will find an article with the different definition of love in the Old Testament, Old and New
So may
Testament.
I ask a question while people are joining?
ତୁ କ'ଣ କୁଆଡ଼େ ଗୁଡ଼ି ଗୁଡ଼ିରେ ପଳେଇ ଆଇଲୁ କି ଡ୍ରାଇଭ୍ କରି ଛାଡ଼ିଦେଲୁ ପୁଣି ପହଞ୍ଚିଗଲୁ ଘରକୁ କେମିତିଆ?
Oh, 5 minutes it's just 1 mile. So like 5 minutes रे ताको छाड़ी की ना तापर पड़े.
ଆଚ୍ଛା
So every I forgot actually. I'll ask it later.
ବନ୍ଦ କରିଦେ ନା ନା ବନ୍ଦ କରି ଦରକାର ଇଜ୍ ଇଟ୍ ଭେରି କୋଲ୍ଡ ସେପଟେ ଚୁକ୍ ଆଣିକି ବସୁନୁ
Sir, ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆପଣ କହିଲେ କି ମତେ ଯିଏ ଯେମିତି ମନ ପକାଏ ମୁଁ ତାକୁ ସେମିତି ମନ ପକାଏ
ମୁଁ କହିନି
ଯୋଉ
କୃଷ୍ଣ କହିଲେ ଅର୍ଜୁନକୁ
ଆଜ୍ଞା କୃଷ୍ଣ କହିଲେ ଅର୍ଜୁନଙ୍କୁ ଯିଏ ମତେ ଯେମିତି ମନ ପକାଏ ମୁଁ ତ is it mean like if we remember him in gratitude he
he will
remembers us
remember
in
you with
gratitude what
gratitude
no he will bless us more or something like that. I heard that kind of philosophy in some
ना
podcast,
सुन
so I'm
बन्नी
just
it doesn't cost anything to talk बच्चने का दरिद्रता but थोड़ी दे what gratitude you expect from the divine
nothing
you remember him he will remember you so in what kind of gratitude was Hiranyakashipu remembering Vishnu
he was
just
remembering in
remembering
enmity.
but then
Okay.
again Avatara happened because of Hiranyakashipu
Hmm.
Prahlada
It
happened
doesn't
because of
matter your feeling actually.
it doesn't matter you don't need to offer him any gratitude you call him antaryami the one who goes inside antarayami
Even if you fake heal knows it, that's
he knows
okay.
everything so you don't need to ask him anything he'll give you whatever is required no antarayami goes into you
Hmm. What
he
is
knows it all
required?
he
Not
goes
what
into
you're
you
asking us. Okay.
what happened to the rest of the gang quickly join Kora let's start so we finished last class no last class so we did sadhya sadhana bhakti so we did sadhaka and siddha samprapta siddha nitya siddha okay so now let me start with bhakti rasa so this is easier for your understanding so I can so that you can read this is one portion so bhakti rasa now yeah is there a message or something did I get a message or something yeah okay so no problem so let us begin drop in a message ask everybody to join now fast that's the reason I was not switching off the camera the moment you switch off the camera and start another class people will just run away say I did not give 5 minutes break I said join immediately anyway let's begin so now see when you talk about a rasa the bhava is absolutely important for a rasa so every rasa has a sthai bhava okay so when you say every rasa has to have a bhava because the bhava converts into rasa all right so I will any which way be teaching the Bhava Rasa because that is chapter 6 and 7 of the Natya Shastra. But since we are, this is the group advanced one and I will not have to repeat it, just know simply that every rasa must have a bhava. Okay, has a specific bhava. For Veera it is Vismaya. Okay, for Adbhuta it is for Veera it is Utsaha, for Adbhuta it is Vismaya. So everything is very specified. So every bhava for Shungara it is Rati. So similarly, so there has to be a bhava for Bhakti Rasa. Okay, now when you say bhava, the bhava is divided into four subtypes. Sthai Bhava, which is stable emotion or stable psychological state. Then there are Vyabhichari Bhavas that accompany the stable emotion. Okay, so now after Sthai Bhava comes the Vibhava. What is a Vibhava? It is an external factor that triggers the Sthai Bhava. So simply explained before, because a lot of you have attended the Bhava Rasa workshop. So I've explained very clearly, if you remember, when I say an external factor, because we are born with the 8 Sthai Bhavas. We are born with the 8 Sthai Bhavas. It is inherent in us. It is like called anadi vasana. Okay. So deep-rooted desires, we are born with the 8 Sthai Bhavas. That is, you're born with anger. When I say born with it, it's inherent. It is not acquired over time. So acquired, you will understand. Like jealousy is not inherent in us. We acquire it over time. We are not born with jealousy. We are born with anger. Krodha, we are born with Krodha. We are born with love. We are born with Haasya, laughter. We are born with a lot of things. So these 8 Sthai Bhavas are Sthai in us. That is anadi vasana, deep-rooted desires. So there are deep-rooted desires in us. That is why we are born with the bhavas. That is one thing also, going back to the Natya Shastra, when Brahma gave Natya Veda to Indra, Indra said, I cannot use it directly on the devatas. Because that Natya Veda was not Barbie doll that you can play with it. Okay, Natya Veda had to be performed. So these are the laws, used it to prepare a production, engage them in a theatrical activity. That is Natya Veda. So this is a Prayogatmaka Shastra, this is a Prayogatmaka Veda. How do you use it? Now I'll give you Shukla Yajurveda read. What is there to read in the Shukla Yajurveda? These are mantras. You have to do Yagya with the Shukla Yajurveda. So it is a Prayogatmaka Shastra. Okay, so when Brahma gives it out, Indra says, I cannot use it on my devatas or my subjects or my ministers. Why? The other gods. Why? Because they all live in Loka, that is Satya Loka. Okay, where there is no variety of emotions. There is no desire in Devaloka. There is no desire in Devaloka. So there is no emotion. There is no variety of emotion. Everybody is reveling in Sattva. So I cannot use it. So to understand the Natya Veda, the application of Natya, I have to understand various emotions. There is love, there is hatred, there is jealousy, so many things. You get my point? So I will not understand it if I am using it in Devaloka. So it has to be used in a place which has an experience of these various emotions, which is with people. With a human being, you have various emotions. Why are they important? Because you will not know the value of goodness unless you have an experience of something really bad. You will not understand the value of sweetness unless you tasted something bitter, for example. If all that you are having, say, now go to a Gujarati's house with a box of sweets, they'll throw the sweets at you. You're not Gujarati, I know Didi, so fine. Shalini Didi, I'm safe. You're not Yogita, you're Marathi, no? Good. I don't think I have any Gujaratis in the group. You go to a Gujarati.
Payal.
Payal is Bengali.
Bengali.
Oh, okay.
Okay, fine. I'll go to Payal's house, the box of Rasagollas. She'll bang the Rasagollas, she'll throw the Rasagollas at my face. But
No, I love Rasagolla.
No, but you're Bengali, no? So I can tell you, no, these are not your Rasagollas. These are Odia Rasagolla. So it's not your Bengali patented Rasagolla. This is Odia Rasagolla, Pahad Rasagolla. Or Salepur Rasagolla, the brown Rasagollas. Okay, so they are not available in Bengal. So anyway, so they'll throw it at you. What does it mean? That means that, see, in Gujarati household, even the curry has, dal also has sugar. Everything has sugar in it. And disastrous combination. It will be extremely spicy and sweet simultaneously. Okay, so I had a big, very yummy thali in Ahmedabad. I was able to eat it because I can't eat spicy food. So it was really spicy. I could eat it because it was filled with the with an equal amount of sugar. When the next day I had it, like stomach ache, whatnot, everything. Eh, so it doesn't gel well. Spices and sugar don't go along hand in hand. So anyway, the point here is unless you have an experience of a variety of emotions, you really cannot enjoy Natya. Do you get my point? So that is why he said the karma bhumi has to be Martya Loka. The karma bhumi or the prayoga place for Natya would only be earth, only be Martya Loka, not in the Devaloka. Okay, so you have to have these Sthai Bhavas. So the point here was to tell you that Devatas are not born with the 8 Sthai Bhavas. It's only Sattvika Bhavas. Okay, so they're not born with the 8 Sthai Bhavas because there is no vasana, there is no desire in them. They have, you want to have Shungara, so call up Rambha, are you available? Come. Or what is Urvashi? You've taken quite a vacation, the vacation is only extended, come back. Indra will send his like, okay, one phone call, Rambha has to come back. So everything is available, at your doorstep. So there is no desire because everything is abundantly available. Do you get my point? So now, the point here is Devatas are not born with the Sthai Bhavas. Sthai Bhavas are present because of anadi vasana. So Sthai Bhava, Vibhava, there has to be an external factor that triggers one Sthai Bhava. All these Sthai Bhavas cannot coexist simultaneously. The Sthai Bhavas are there in you. They are there in you. They are not always showing themselves. They are not exhibiting themselves all the time. You are not angry all the time. Do you get my point? So they are there in you. They will only come up during certain periods. Why is it, how do they come forward? They come forward because of a trigger. That trigger is called Vibhava. Once that trigger sets the Sthai Bhava, then see, I am like that, I get angry. Okay, he is laughing, Haasya Rasa. So, a lot of things change. That becomes Anubhava, that change becomes Anubhava. Okay, now with that anger you're already grinding your teeth, that becomes a Vyabhichari Bhava, extra anger. You're already grinding your teeth. Okay, so that becomes the Vyabhichari Bhava. Angry for a certain reason, multiple factors, so that could be called as Vyabhichari Bhava, transitory emotions that I've already explained before. Say for example, you had a breakup, you're sad, and then the breakup happened for another, the kickback of your ex was so fast, you start becoming jealous of the other person who's come in the life of your ex. So you're jealous of the other person. That jealousy is called Vyabhichari Bhava because it only catalyzes your Sthai Bhava of Shoka or sorrow. So the purpose of the Vyabhichari Bhava is only to strengthen the Sthai Bhava. After the Sthai Bhava is strengthened or established, the Vyabhichari Bhava disappears. So similarly, when I am talking about Bhakti, Bhakti also must, if Bhakti is a rasa, okay, so there has to be some Sthai Bhava, there has to be some Vibhava, there has to be some Anubhava, and there has to be some Vyabhichari Bhava. Is that clear? So now this tabulation, this table I have created, this is very specific, copy paste to one and all. This does not change. Bhakti as a rasa, Sthai Bhava is Bhakti. Okay? Vibhava, there has to be two, Alambana Vibhava or Uddipana Vibhava. What is Alambana Vibhava? What is Uddipana Vibhava? What is Alambana Vibhava? What is Uddipana Vibhava? Again, Alambana, the primary trigger. Okay, or the primary cause, and What is Uddipana Vibhava? The secondary cause. Cause of what? Trigger of what? No, Maya, not you. Trigger of what? What did I just explain? What is Vibhava to Sthai Bhava?
Trigger.
Yeah. So trigger of the Sthai Bhava.
Yeah.
That's the answer. So the primary trigger, the primary cause is called Alambana Vibhava. The secondary cause is called Uddipana Vibhava. Okay. That is when I say, I have explained it before that I had a breakup. The primary cause is the breakup. Now, I want to come out of that mood. I'm reading a book. One dried rose is the bookmark. Suddenly realizes very classical Drushtanta Rahulacharya Drushtanta. Classical Rahulacharya Drushtanta. So, the bookmark was a dried rose. Typical Indian mentality. We can't afford bookmarks, so we have to use the dried rose which was given to me by my girlfriend on Rose Day during the Valentine Navaratri. So I stuck it into my book, covered my book, it dried and became a bookmark. So unfortunately, as luck would have it, so while I was trying to come out of my breakup with my girlfriend who's already become my ex, so I wanted to study, I wanted to read something. So as luck would have it, bad luck would have it, I was scrolling through the papers and that stupid dried rose had to come out. So it only gave me further depression. It depressed me further. So that rose becomes the Uddipana Vibhava. Understood what is Alambana, what is Uddipana? Alambana Vibhava in my case of depression is because of the breakup. Uddipana Vibhava is that bloody rose. Bookmark rose. Clear? Okay. So there has to
So
be an
Uddi-
Alambana Vibhava.
So Uddipana is the reason.
Uddipana is the secondary reason.
Secondary
Alambana is the primary reason.
Correct.
Uddipana is like an exaggerating factor, right?
Uddipana, heightening. What is Alambana in Sanskrita means dependent. Alamba is to depend. Uddipana is to, like push.
Immediate cause.
Immediate haba Alambana. Uddipaka kuanti. Uddipaka mane kono. You're only pushing it further.
Uddipana meaning ghee dalna, aag mein.
आग में घी डालना. Yeah, exactly. That is Uddipana. आग में घी डालना is Uddipana. That's the secondary cause. आग लगा हुआ है, it becomes the primary cause. Okay, so that is Alambana. Clear? Yeah.
So, are we talking about the basic nature of the soul? Because isme rasa bhav, when you said 8 sthai bhavas, so since we born here in this Mrityu Loka, so we definitely have some desires that's why we are born
Soul
here.
doesn't have a desire. It is the body. Soul doesn't have a desire. It is the once the soul takes up the body, then it has a desire. So the nature of the soul is very different from your desire.
So ये जो भाव है ये कहाँ पर आया?
This is rasa bhava, aesthetics.
Okay. तो ये शरीर वाला है. Okay.
ये शरीर वाला है. We are talking about natya. So now we are focusing on the concept of the bhakti rasa.
Okay.
Okay. So bhakti rasa, yeah. Quickly ask.
So if the soul doesn't have a desire, if we're leaving the body, then the desire should be gone. Why we are taking birth again?
No, the desire is not gone. Because you have a desire previously, the soul has to suffer for that. The soul takes up another body. So this continues. This punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jathare shayanam. That is the nature of the jivatma. That is by default. That is the nature of the jivatma. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jathare shayanam.
Even if you don't have any desire.
You who are you? You are nobody. That is the nature of the Jivatma. The Jivatma follows this cyclic process until finally it is time. The Jivatma has its own period. It has its period. Once a period is over, then you are gone back to Paramatma. Until then, you have to be born. So, the soul, the basic nature of the soul is this. Papare, when you talk about the nature of the, when you talk about the nature of the soul, the nature, specific nature of the soul is also given. What is it? Shashvatam sthanum achaloyam sanatanaha. Nityam shashvatam sthanum achaloyam sanatanaha. Nityam, always. Shashvata. Shashvata is, what should I say? What is the exact?
Eternal.
No, eternal is Sanatana. Shashvata is
Truthful.
Shashvata is exposed, more like divinely exposed. Yeah, Shashvata is more divinely, not truth exactly. Satya is truth. Shashvata is what is divinely exposed.
Is known.
Yeah. So Nityam
Is known.
Sashvatam Sthanum, known. So Nityam Sashvatam Sthanum is stable, immobile. Nityam Sashvatam Sthanum Achaloyam, cannot move. Sanatana, eternal. That is the nature of the soul. Soul doesn't have any other nature. The job of the soul is to be born again. We are talking about bhakti. Bhakti as in we are talking about Bhakti Rasa. The soul cannot inculcate bhakti unless it has a body. That is why body is used as your instrument. That is why the Upanishad, the Kathopanishad says, Atmanam Rathinam Vidhi, Shariram Ratham Evetu, Buddhim Sarathim Vidhi, Manaha Pragraham Evacha. So the soul is your Rathi. Shariram Ratham Evetu, the vehicle is the body. The body helps you transcend from the material, the mundane to the transcendental. So the body does all the job, not the soul. The soul is happily sitting inside. Soul is the passenger. Without the body, no bhakti.
Just one last question, sir. So, if the soul has a particular timeline, so doesn't matter whatever karma you are doing, you will eventually meet the divine, or your karma really have a value?
Interesting question. Your karma will be any which way guided by your job. Okay, that is all, as they say, predestined.
Oh,
That is all predestined. Everything. You will be guided that way. You will be guided in that direction.
But you always have a choice, so you always have a choice to choose something. When
That
your
is what you
destiny,
say.
prarabdha
That
changes.
is what we say. Prarabdha and Sukriti. That is what we say. That you always have a choice. But everything is Bhagyam Phalati Sarvatram na Vidyam na cha Porusham. It's all here. That is all we say. When it's time for
If
us
we
to do
don't do
something,
the
we'll be
karma, then the
guided.
bhagya won't.
That
If
is
we
what I
don't do
am
the
saying.
karma, which
It is only for your understanding. But then also we are said that we are the puppets in the hands of the divine. So we will be guided accordingly to perform that karma during that time. So if you are not doing anything and sitting idle, just know that that is your period for sitting idle. When you are slowly revealing these secrets, you have no desires left. That is the time for your soul to go back. That is the time for the soul to merge in the divine soul. So you will be guided in the directions. The alignment will fall in such a manner. So you only inculcate. That is what Krishna says. No, I have given human being everything, but not the desire to do it. That is why you have a body. I have given it everything, but not the desire to do something. That you will have to inculcate. Because depending on the desire, you acquire your prarabdha or sukriti. So prarabdha and sukriti are like banks. So if your prarabdha is your chit fund and sukriti is the city bank. Okay, so if you have prarabdhas, then you go into the lower realms. If you have sukriti, you go to the higher realms. But once you, so depending on your Sukriti, for example, you've gone to Svargaloka, once you've spent all the Sukriti, you'll have to come back again, nature of the soul. So it's a very beautiful story about Nriga. Okay, I'll have to, people don't let me teach, man. I have to teach that theory. Yeah, so Nriga, what happened is, Nriga was performing a great yajna. So it so happened that Krishna's sons saw a great Commodore dragon, a giant lizard. No matter how hard they tried to remove the lizard. The lizard just would not budge. So they felt very sorry for themselves, like we are born Krishna's seeds, we are products of Krishna's seeds, and we're not able to do this much. So they went and summoned Krishna. The moment Krishna came and touched it, Krishna pulled it out of the well as if he's pulling out some flower string. The moment Krishna pulled out the lizard from the well, the lizard died and was immediately transformed into a divine being. Who was it? Nriga. So what led you to this form of becoming a lizard? So Nriga said, so in my previous birth, so I used to give out a lot of alms, so because I had performed a huge yajna, so I was doing godana, I was giving out cows. So to a certain Brahmana, I had given out 1,000 cows. Now, in the meanwhile, when the Brahmana was taking away the cows to his place, suddenly was met by one Rishi who said, one of these cows belongs to me. So, give it back to me. The Brahmana said, no, it was given by Nriga. Nriga said, no. So the Brahmana said, I cannot give it back because it was given to me by a king, by Nriga. So, but the Rishi says, well, you see these marks, this specific marks, I'm telling you, this particular cow belongs to me, I have to get this cow back. So, now because there was a heated argument, both the Rishi and the Brahmana go back to Nriga. So the Rishi says, you cannot, so your, some way this cow was mine, she sneaked out into your shed. Doesn't mean it belonged to you. Nriga says, sir, I am sorry, I don't know, there are thousands of cows that I have. I'm not keeping a track of everything, but all that entered into my shed, I gave it away. So the Rishi said, no, this particular cow belongs to me, give it back to me. Nriga says, he asks the Brahmana, he says, it is my fault, I apologize. So you please give the Rishi back his cow, you take 1,000 more cows. The Brahmana said, no, you're committing a sin, because once you've given a dana to a Brahmana, you cannot return it. So you cannot do that. So now Nriga goes to the Rishi, sir, please spare this cow because I've already given it as an alms to the Brahmana, I cannot take it back. So I am giving you 1,000 more cows. Rishi says, nothing doing, I'll take that cow back. So they could not resolve it. So the Rishi went away he took the cow and went away, but the Brahmana would come and always, taunt the king. So Nriga died, went to Loka. So Yama did all the satkara, all the hospitality because such a valiant king. So then Yama says, well, you have two options. You have accumulated a lot of prarabdha because of the curse of the Brahmana. But beyond that, you have a lot of sukriti also. So you will have to suffer for both the good and the bad deeds. What do you want to suffer first? Nriga says, since I have a major chunk of goodness to enjoy, so I will suffer the bad thing first. So then Yama tells his ministers, tells the Yama Dutas, so transform him into a lizard. So he'll have to suffer for 1,000 years as a lizard until the Lord himself comes and touches him. That will be that point of his redemption. Okay, so then finally Krishna comes after he spent away all his prarabdha. Krishna comes, that was so touched him, and that was the beginning of his sukriti. So he went back to the Devaloka. No, it became Nriga. He went back to where he came from. Okay, so there are so many such things which have been explained. So you will be pushed in that direction. That is what they call as divine conspiracy. So you say that you have it all. But depending on what time it is, when you realize that, that is moksha. When you realize
So the
that,
prarabdha, so the prarabdha nigga suffer was already written. So the circumstances were
of course,
created so
yes.
that he
Of
can
course, that
suffer.
is what Yama informed him. No. That is when Nriga goes back to Yamaloka, Yama is explaining to Yama tells him, so you've accumulated the prarabdha, you've accumulated this thing, the sukriti. So what do you want to spend first? Is it the good or the bad? So he said, no, first let me spend the bad things first. Do you get my point? There's so many such things. Anyways, I am stuck now.
So I might end up
Sorry,
a
sir.
cockroach in the next transmigration.
Cockroach, eh?
I said I might end up a cockroach in the next transmigration.
Yeah, I will become a Pomeranian for sure. I want to live the life of
Why?
a golden retriever or a Pomeranian.
Why, sir?
No,
Why?
no, I will happily become a golden retriever.
What do you call the body for cockroach?
Apsara. Apsara.
Yeah, there was
Apsara.
a hidden political joke in there, so I'm just going to leave it at
Cockroach party, no.
Party.
I was listening to it today. I was listening. So the founder is actually the he's the media manager for Aam Aadmi Party.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the manager for Aam Aadmi Party. So this cockroach party was a response to the Chief Justice's, whatever. But anyway, so this is again, and so this cockroach party is, pushing all the people to follow specific to unfollow and block BJP. It's a digital political party, so everything BJP does has to be blocked. Anyway, so understood this much. Cockroach. No, my sister would always say every time, because we can't afford to have dogs in the house. So you cannot have pets, especially dogs, in Brahmana households, because then I cannot perform tarpana, especially because my father is dead. So I cannot offer tarpana. I cannot offer ablutions to the forefathers. So they will not. And if you have a temple in the house, if you have a dog and temple in the house, the gods will not take the food. So I cannot offer anything to my ancestors if I have a dog in the house. So dogs are not permitted in the house. So I cannot no, I don't want to be a cock. They're dirty, yak. I want to be a nice golden retriever or Pomeranian or a Maltese.
You should go to Guru.
I used to tease my kids and tell
Oh,
them
be
if you
a
do
cockroach.
wrong, you might turn into a cockroach or a cat.
That is a good way. Now, if you hit an ant, if you kill an ant, so you'll become an ant in your next time and they'll kill you. Oh, that also there's a beautiful story. If you've heard about the butcher, what is his name? Sananda. There's a beautiful story very beautiful story. I'll tell you in the next class. Remind me. Yogita's already.
Please, sir, this class you will forget this story.
No, I will not.
Then
forget.
you will meet.
No, we have to stop now. People are already tired after more than 2.5 hours.
I'll ask in the next class, definitely.
Yeah.
So these are also important. These are very good life lessons.
No, life lessons, yes, but first we'll have to finish the bhakti lessons and we can go on to the life lessons. Sophia's
We
already
can
in another
understand that
world.
bhakti lessons also through these stories.
Sophia's already in the lap of Nidra Devi now, so maybe even I am kind of getting hungry. Okay, so let's stop here. Yeah, you can afford to Monica because it's still daytime in America.
Yeah, it's all going to be 10.
Yeah, so I need to sleep off. Chalo, thank you. We'll see you next class. Okay, wait. Anyway, no, I don't need to explain Vibhava, Anubhava anymore. So just know that we are stuck with, I know Maya. So, no, Uddipana, Alambana doesn't have any subdivisions. Uddipana has subdivisions in Bhakti Rasa. Okay, one is, there are three subdivisions, Guna, Cheshta and Prasadhanam. For for the secondary determinant or secondary uddipana, that is the uddipana vibhava for Bhakti Rasa, there are three: guna, cheshta, and prasadhanam. What is guna, what is cheshta, what is prasadhanam? That we'll have to discuss. Okay, no more stories in the next class, please.
This story, sir, this Sanat.
Sananda,
Sananda.
Kontana, Sananda. Sadana, Sadana butcher, the
Next
story
class,
of Sadana
sir, if you
butcher.
want to.
No, if I want to,
If you
and
want.
after I finish the subject. Please, I am still stuck with these 2 pages of tabulation. My God, for Bhakti Rasa, I have to explain. If I send it to you, you will not understand anything. I'm not able to proceed now. The senior group is going to kill me for that. They'll be like, yeah, acha, you repeating. Maya will be like, oh, Maya, Nilu, they are like repeating Natya Shastra again.
No, no, Rahul,
And
it's perfectly fine. As in now, it's your voice is playing in my head more often. So, and then I did actually realize the whole Adbhuta, the that thing. I was just wondering for a few seconds, Veera and this. I was like, that doesn't exactly fit. And then you change. Like, I don't
yeah.
know whether you were testing us or whether you were tired
No,
or whether
I am a little disoriented. I'm tired because I'm in the class since what time? Until 6:40. 6:40. I'm in the class in 6:40, so I'm already kind of, yeah. No, he did not turn into a great saint. He did not turn into a saint. The physical parts started growing. Sadhana was a butcher in his previous birth. So the parts, because his tongue was cut off, his hands were cut off, so they started growing, returning in Puri. So but that was quite a. He did not become a great saint. There is no such. This is a very small thing. Anyway, let's talk about it in this whole idea of prarabdha, or you reap the karma that you sow in your previous birth.
which Upanishad can I read before the next class?
Which Upanishad can you read? Oh, best simple Prashnopanishad. Prashnopanishad. And if you have a that's also available. I think it should be available online. I don't know if it is, but go through. It's a very simple text. Adi Shankara's Prashnottara Ratnamalika.
Prashnottara Ratnamalika. I have his Laghu Vakya Vritti.
No, that is
The
difficult.
okay.
Just go through Prashnottara Ratnamalika. So, beautiful,
It will
simple.
help us with the next class, is it, Rahul?
No, it will not help you with the next one. Only Rahul Acharya can help you with the next class.
Thank you
Adi,
so much.
Adi Shankara will
I'm
not.
relieved.
Adi Shankara will not. Only Rahul Acharya can help you with the next class. Just for Maya. Maya asked, so I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
only
you
This
so
Rahul
is
much.
Acharya will
very
be able to help.
confusing. Everything
About
like you are destined to live your prarabdha. Your prarabdha is sukriti, but your sukriti is also destined by prarabdha. The circumstances is like
everything
that you
that,
will be doing.
just know that you're a puppet in the hands of the divine. Okay, there's a Bengali prayer to Goddess Tara by Ramaprasad. Yogita's already left. By Yogita. So there's a Bengali. Oh, you are still there. There's a Bengali, yeah, vicious circle. No, it's not vicious actually. There's a Bengali prayer to Goddess Tara by Ramaprasad. সকলি তোমার ইচ্ছা ইচ্ছাময়ী তারা তুমি. It says, আমি যন্ত্র তুমি যন্ত্রী, যেমন চালাও তেমনি চলিমা. You are the operate. I am the instrument and you are the operator or divine mother. I operate the way you operate me. That's the whole idea. So
So the best
everything
way to
is.
live is give everything to your aradhya.
Can you do that?
That's
Can you do that?
that's difficult, but we can
That's
try.
exactly. Inculcate that. So all prarabdhas and sukritis, what does he say? Sarvadharman parityajamamikam sharanam gaja. Aham tvam 66, 18th chapter, 66th shloka. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami ma suchaha. How much can we do that? So here, doing bhajan, hey, the coffee is not ready, go and get the coffee ready. Hey, you didn't put enough sugar. We don't let go. So that's the problem. So, having said that, it's not that simple. Having that, you have to live a life when there's no desire left. Once there is no desire left, you reach there. But that doesn't happen. It will happen when it is time. Yes, Stephanie, yes, ask. Now we should go. It's already 10:20 now. I'm like there are various species of there's an entire zoo in my stomach now. Oh, hello. Hi. There's an entire zoo in my stomach. I wish I had one. I'm so jealous now. Yeah, go. I'll call you to please take care of them, auntie. Chalo, thank you. Bye bye. See you next class.
Okay, pranam bhai.
Pranam.
Thank you so much, Rahul.
Pleasure.
Namaskar.
No.
Shubh Ratri.
Thank
Anyway,
you.
I hope the classes are fine. I hope the classes are fine and you're able to follow the lessons. That's more important. Paisa vasool has to be paisa vasool, full paisa vasool.
Some days are difficult with my kid, but some days I'm trying. I'm
No,
trying my
not
best.
you being fine. I'm talking about the classes, Monica.
Yeah, the classes are really good. I try to hear it after with the recordings as well.
Okay. Good. Yeah, we have to constantly listen to it several times. Chalo. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Namaskar. Bye bye.